We've heard your requests. You said you wanted an NFL show, so here you go. I've got 3 best bets for you on Sunday, November 12th, here in the NFL. This is the Free 3. Let's go. What's up, guys? It's your boy Noble Living back with another DYF Bets video where I'm breaking down my favorite picks and plays of the day as you just try to get to the bag and make some money together. Like I mentioned, we typically don't do weekend shows, but I heard what you guys said. You wanted a college football show, so we gave that to you. You wanted an NFL show, so here it is. We've been absolutely on fire in the month of November. As the time we're recording this, you can see our year-to-date record right here. Absolutely killing it, crushing it in the month of November. Putting out all these plays on my Twitter as well for you guys. So if you're not following me there, make sure that you guys do that. And I want to give you guys this NFL slate. Normally I save my NFL and my college football plays for my Discord group, but you know what? I'm going to give you guys this slate today because we've been hot. We want to continue riding this momentum. We want to stay on this hot streak. So if you can, just drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel. So this way we can continue to impact as many sports bettors as possible. We can remain as hot as possible. And please share this with somebody who's been hot or who's been cold. So this way we can continue to make some money together and continue to beat these sports books. All right, so let's dive into this first best bet. For my first best bet of the day, I'm going to go to a guy who's been an absolute wagon this year. And I'm going to go with Sam Howell passing yards over 253.5 yards, minus 115. Now, I'm seeing this on a few different lines in a few different areas and a few different books. So make sure you guys are shopping around. I'd play this up to about 263, 265 if you're getting that variance there. I do like that. But obviously, always you want to go for the best number. Sam Howell's been an absolute wagon this year when it comes down to the passing game. Even after trading away their 2 best defensive players, the Commanders actually found themselves in a pretty good position. They're 4-5 right now. They're still in a competitive position after winning last week against the Patriots. And yes, if it wasn't for them being in a very tough NFC East division, shout out to my Eagles, I think the combo and the expectations would be a little bit different around this Washington team. But Sam Howell, he's been that constant piece in that offense. He's been that captain for them. He's been a big part of their success, of the little bit of success that they've had. And the Commanders have been able to thrive with him as quarterback and with the new offensive coordinator / co-coach, Eric Bieniemy, with his new offensive scheme. They've been able to work well together. The Commanders take on the Seahawks in the late afternoon slate on Sunday, and this Seattle team is not the same Legion of Boom team that we're used to seeing, especially in the pass game. They're ranked in the bottom half of passing defense of all the teams in the NFL. They're giving up close to 230 passing yards per game. Meanwhile, the Commanders have a top 10 passing offense, racking up over 240 yards per game. So I love to see that. Sam Howell, he's been consistently over this total. He's gone over this total in 5 of 9 games this year, and in his last 2 games, he's racked up 325 yards and 397 yards through the year. So absolutely amazing, crushing it through in the pass game there. Right now we're seeing a spread around 6 in favor of the Seahawks, so I'm expecting this one to kind of be not a close game but not a blowout either. I'm expecting a lot of passing opportunities with the Commanders behind. I expect them to be able to be competitive, and yeah, they might even be able to get the upset. I'm not a big fan of the Seahawks team in all honesty, but I do think there's going to be a lot of passing going on just because I think the opportunity against the Seahawks defense is in the pass game. Now, I like Sam Howell's pass attempts as well. I've seen some people on that around 36.5, 37.5 on some books, and he's gone over that total in 6 of 9 games. But the only thing that's keeping me off of that pass attempts line is if the Seahawks get out to a big lead, they start chewing up some clock, Sam Howell might not get enough attempts to get this over. For me, I'm expecting one big play here and there. Howell does like to stretch the field. That's what I do love as well. He loves to throw the deep ball to Terry McLaurin there, so he loves to stretch the field. He's not afraid to throw the ball deep. So I think we should be able to get a better value on the passing yards rather than just the pass attempts, even though I do think he goes over on both of them. But give me Sam Howell passing yards over 253.5, played up to about 265.5, as I think he soars over this total as the Commanders have really committed to passing the ball and really getting that passing offense going this year. So let's go with that as the first best bet of the day. For my second best bet of the day, I'm going to stay with another afternoon slate game. And speaking of pass attempts, here's a guy that has been absolutely slinging the rock lately. And I think this Sunday's matchup, he's going to be asked to do it again, and I think he's going to come through for us. And I'm going to go with Jared Goff over 33.5 pass attempts, minus 105 odds I see here. I heard Mush from Surgical Stream pitch this, and I already had it circled, but when he pitched it, it got me over the hump. So shout out to you, Mush, for the co-assist here on this play here. Greatly appreciate all the things that you give to the community on gambling Twitter, and then, you know, Book It crew, Trent, everybody there as well. Love the things that you guys are doing. But I really like this pass attempts line for Jared Goff because the Lions are taking on the Chargers on Sunday at SoFi, and this is actually the largest total that we're seeing on the Sunday slate. Right now it's sitting about 48.5, and the Lions Lions are throwing the ball about 40 times a game on the road this year, which is the second most in the league. And their play calling actually significantly leans heavier to the pass when they're on the road in comparison to being at home. They throw the ball 60% of the time on the road in comparison to only 51% of the time at home. So teams are also taking advantage of the Chargers' weak pass defense, and they're trying to avoid, their strong defensive line. They got Khalil Mack there on the line. Obviously, they've got the Bosa brother there on the line. So because of that, the opportunity lies to exploit this Chargers pass defense. The Chargers have the worst pass defense in the league in terms of yards allowed, and teams are throwing it on average 39.5 times per game against the Chargers, which is the third most in the league. Only the Eagles, obviously because we're always up and we're always winning, and the Jaguars have more passing attempts on them than any other team. I also like to see that Goff has been consistently going over this total. He's gone over this total in 5 of 8 games this year, and he hooked one time, including going over in his last 3 straight games. Now, if you look at the games where he went under, he didn't get this total or he hooked. It was against Carolina, Green Bay, and Atlanta. Look at all 3 of those teams have in common. They're all low-scoring teams. They don't have potent offenses. Well, guess what? Now the Lions are taking on the Chargers, who we know have a potent offense. They've got Herbert, they've got Allen, they've got Eckler, they've got a bunch of guys there who can really turn up at any time. This is an offense-first team. Yes, their defense is strong, especially the defensive line, but this is an offense-first team. So we have a spread in between the threes, which means that this should be a close game. We do have a high total as well, so I'm expecting this one to be a close game and also has shootout potential, right? And it can come down to who gets the ball last. I think Jared Goff is going to be relied on pretty heavily today to be able to get over this pass attempts if the Lions are expected to win this game. They're favored right now, so they should win the game, but anything can happen. The Chargers are a good team, and truthfully, they're in desperation mode at this point because they have to win like just about every game to stay competitive there. So because of that, I'm going to go with Jared Goff over 33.5 pass attempts. I'd play it up to 34.5 as he's going to be asked and demanded to throw the ball against this weak Chargers defense. Now, for my third and final best bet of the day, I'm going to go with a parlay builder. We took the same exact bet last week, and I'm running back today. Can you guess what it is? Well, I need you guys to be tapped into the channel, and if you're not tapped in the channel, what you need to do is click that subscribe button and then also join our Discord group, so this way you guys can also be able to keep up with other picks and plays that I'm dropping throughout the day in this NFL slate. We also got college basketball, NBA on Sunday as well. So listen, we got a whole bunch of other sports besides just NFL. We got early NFL in the Germany game. We've got late Sunday night football. So that's why you guys got to join the Discord group, so this way you guys can get all of those other picks and plays. But for the last pick of the day, I'm going with that parlay builder that I gave you all last week that absolutely cashed in. Derrick Henry, 15 plus carries. DeAndre Hopkins, 4 plus receptions. You get to plus 100 value here. So my people who are taking the ladder challenge or who want to double their money, this is a great leg for you, okay? Will Levis has officially been given the reins to the Titans offense for the foreseeable future, and I think that's the right choice. Well, let me not say that. I don't hate the Titans. I just hate Ryan Tannehill. He's absolutely god-awful. He's terrible. I said they should have never paid him. They're wasting Derrick Henry's prime years. So for them to go with Will Levis, a jolt of energy, a nice, fresh, young blood here, I think that's the right choice here. And his 2 starts, he's looked pretty good. He's actually looked much better than Tannehill for sure. So now the Titans head down to Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers, and I like this little 2-piece pairing because it just makes so much sense, okay? In 2 games with Levis as QB, Derrick Henry's had 22 carries and 17 carries, so he's got us over this line both games. What about DeAndre Hopkins? 4 receptions on 6 targets, 4 receptions on 11 targets. I love that because this is the thing. Rookie quarterbacks, they need their safety valve, and these are the 2 guys for the Titans to do that. One, Derrick Henry should be a workhorse. He's the guy who's going to establish the run, keep the defense honest, make sure that they're not just sitting back trying to pick off passes from Will Levis. And then DeAndre Hopkins, he's the veteran guy. And based on those targets alone, 17 targets in the last 2 games, that lets you tell you who's the go-to guy for Will Levis. And when rookie quarterbacks are getting pressured, do you know who they look for? They look for their hot reads, or they look for their safety valve. They look for their running backs, or they look for their safety valve. DeAndre Hopkins is the safety valve here for the Titans, so I absolutely love that. Now, Tampa Bay, they do have the 2nd worst pass defense in the league, right behind the Chargers that I just talked about. So I do think the opportunity for Will Levis to throw the ball is going to be there. He had 39 attempts in his last game, so you might want to sprinkle a little bit on his attempts or maybe a little bit on his yards. I do think there's going to be an opportunity there. They do have a better, run defense. They got a top 10 run defense, but that's why I'm taking keeping the carries teased down because we know Derrick Henry historically is a volume back. Now, you can go with the yards, but I like the carries because of the fact that we don't care about how many yards he gets. Just go run the ball and touch the ball. And if you watch Derrick Henry, then you know a lot of times that he gets handed up the ball off early in the games, wears down that defense. By the time the fourth quarter comes, they're absolutely exhausted, and that's when he breaks out those long runs to get all those yards, right? So we basically have a pick 'em here. I think the spread's like -1, -1.5. So, I mean, it can go either way. So we expect this game to be close. And if it's expected to be close, that means that we should get a good dosage of the run and the pass, not one over the other. And if the Titans are going to be competitive and win this game, they have to rely on Derrick Henry. So I think he's going to get those 15 plus carries. And then he's going to definitely look for his safety valve, a guy he's targeted a bunch in the last 2 games since he became the starter, DeAndre Hopkins. All I need 15 carries from Henry, 4 receptions from Hopkins, plus 100 value to double our money to end the day. You can't be too mad at it. Well, that's it for me today, my friends. 3 bets, 3 winners that are headed to your way for this NFL Sunday slate. 3 player props. If you want some of my game lines and my teasers have been so beautiful this year to me in NFL. Make sure you guys click that link in that bio so you guys can join the group. We've got Sam Howell pass yards over 255 yards. Play around with the numbers there. You get Jared Goff over 33.5 passing attempts. And then we also got that parlay builder with Derrick Henry 15 plus carries and DeAndre Hopkins 4 plus receptions. 3 winners for you on this Sunday slate, guys. Hopefully we can keep this hot streak going. We've been doing good in basketball. Well, now let's see what we can do in football. All right, my friends, let's get to that money. And as always, dictate your fate. I'll see y'all in the next video and continue to cash in those checks. Later, guys.